All right, we're going to do 9.2.3 Algebra 1. This is adding and subtracting polynomials. This is going to be straightforward. It's going to be a lot of, it basically is just combining like terms. If you've ever heard that phrase before, that's all we're going to be doing. We're combining like terms, and we are going to determine like terms by the exponents, by the powers, by the degrees. All three of those words, powers, exponents, and degree, all talking about the same thing. So, jumping right into question 1. All right, so what I'm going to say is I have these two problems being added. What I'm going to do is I'm going to identify my like terms. All right, so there is my 3x squared, so I'm looking for any other x squared. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to take blue, and there is a x term, so I'm going to underline my other x term. And then my constant. So I'm going to identify my like terms. Once you identify your like terms, you can combine them. I have a 3x squared and a 4x squared. That's 7x squared. Negative 2x and 3x is going to be positive x. 1 and 2, 3. And that's my answer. So all I'm doing is identifying my like terms and I'm combining them. There's an x squared. There's an x squared, and that's it. So that's going to be 13x squared. Oh, there's my x. 2x and negative 5x is negative 3x. 2 and 10 is 8. 2 and 8 is 10, sorry. So I'm just combining like terms. All right. I can't go. I'll go back to. So there's a squared term. There's a squared term. Oh, there's an x term, and that's the only x term. And then there's my constant, and there's my constant. Notice how I'm taking my negative signs with me. And I'm going to do it all in a different color. So negative 2x and positive x squared. Negative 2x squared and positive x squared is just negative x squared. All I have is an 8x. Then 1 and negative 5 is going to be negative 4. So I'm just combining like terms. That's all I'm looking for. All right, so I'll skip, I guess whatever. So there are my x squared terms, 11x squared and 2x squared is 13x squared. There's an x term, and that's it, so it's negative 5x. And there's a constant term, so it's just, so positive 6. I lost my sign. I wanted to make sure I had the right sign. Boom. There we go. All right, so now I have an x. So I have an x term. There's no other x term, so x squared. I have a 5x and a 4x. That's a 9x. Then a 2 and a negative 3. It's a negative 1. All right, so all I did for all of these, I'm just combining my like terms. I'm determining my like terms by my exponents, and then I'm adding and subtracting my coefficients, whatever I'm supposed to do, and then the exponents stay the same. I'm just changing the coefficients. Now, subtraction, difference, will have one additional trick to it. Is whenever I have to subtract, I need to distribute a negative 1. All right, so I'm going to have 3x squared minus 9x plus 4, negative 1 times, so this is going to be a negative 2x squared and a negative 2. So I always have to distribute the negative 1. That's very, very important. When you subtract, you have to distribute a negative 1, and then it's going to go back to the same rules. So I have 3x squared minus 2x squared. That's just going to be x squared. I have negative 9x, and that's it. So negative 9x. I have a positive 4 and a negative 2, so that's a plus 2. All right, it's the same thing. I'm subtracting. I have to distribute the negative 1 to the second polynomial. All right, so I'm distributing. My first step here is I'm distributing and changing the signs here. All right. So I have an 8x squared and a negative 5x squared. So that's going to be 3x squared. I have a negative 2x. Negative 2x is a negative 4x, and then a positive 2, and I'm done. All right, so that negative sign, those subtractions, I have to distribute the negative negative sign. All right, so let's do we'll do question 9. Now I still need to distribute. Now there's 3 terms. Well, that just means I distributed 3 times. I've been distributing it twice. There's an extra one. Let's do it a third time. Who cares? Nothing else changed. 12x squared plus 2x. Negative times negative 3x is going to be a positive 3x squared. Negative times, so that's going to be negative 5x. Negative times negative positive 7 is going to be a negative 7. And I'm just going to combine my like terms here. So that's 15x squared. I have a 2x and a negative 5x and a negative 3x. And then I just have a negative 7 at the end there. Done. I'll do one more. So again, it's subtracting, so I have to distribute. All right, so I distribute that. Oh my goodness. Man, did anybody catch my mistake? All right, so this is a negative 3x squared, but negative 1 times negative 9 is going to be a positive 9x. Come on, Mr. Mac. Negative 1 times positive 12 is going to be a negative 12 over here getting lazy. So we got negative 2x squared, negative 3x squared, so that's a negative 5x squared. 4x and 9x is 13x. Negative 6 and negative 10 is negative 16. So all I did, I'm just combining like terms. If it's subtraction, I have to distribute that negative.